Okay, this is a guided install for Soothsayer 1.9. Difference this time is we are offline. So just to prove that, I'm going to try and ping a Google DNS server. Can't get out. This VM here is offline. We've got the Soothsayer software, and this time we actually have pre-built images. So in the image folder, you can see images for the software stack and the sizes. So I can see I've got a very large one here. That's the API. We have a new install script which will detect your container engine and load these images into your container registry. In this case, we're running Docker, so it's detected Docker, it's detected an image source, and it's found pre-built images. So it should use these images to install Soothsayer quickly and offline. So you don't need an internet connection to install it. You can then load your terrain data later on into the system. It says it cannot be reached. You saw earlier we couldn't ping out, so we're going to use the local images. NVIDIA Container Toolkit has been found. We do need that. If you didn't have that, that would throw an alert. Another feature of this install script is picking the right network settings out of the box. So this is the IP address that we're using on this box here. So you could change that, but we'll just run with it by hitting enter. Same for the port numbers and the passwords, random passwords. Finally, here's all our options. Are we happy with that? Yes. Let's proceed. So what's happening now is it's loading these images into our container registry, and it has to load them one at a time, and each image is composed of lots of layers, because it's a container architecture. So some of these layers might be a open source operating system like Debian, for example, and others might be our own code that has been placed on top of that. The names are fairly descriptive, so you can see we've got the 3D engine here, we've got the GPU engines, so the 2D GPU engine. We've got Mapproxy, which is our offline tile server. It doesn't come with offline tiles, you have to load those into a folder structure, so we can provide those. We've got the Nginx web server. PG admin gives you web-based database administration. By default, that is locked down for security, so only the local user can use that. So this system has been built on feedback from previous Soothsayer releases to make installing much more repeatable and quicker. So it's faster because everything's pre-built. We don't have to go and fetch all the dependencies. I'm just going to skip up here and chat whilst it's loading in the database records. So it installed the images, then it brought the containers up, and you can see several containers have been started here, and then it says it's waiting for the database. So we have a Postgres database, it's connected to that, and then once the database is up, it has to migrate all the data and the tables and the indexes to that database. When we update Soothsayer, we apply new database migrations to the database to add columns and data and records like new buildings, for example. The actual buildings and terrain data tiles don't live in the database, it's just metadata about them. Those files need to be placed into your file system as GeoTIFFs, and you can do that all offline. So what you see here are lots and lots of different database statements. I'm just going to fly down to the bottom, and now that they're done, and we can see a password. This is a random password for the administration dashboard. The link for that will become apparent in a minute. And now we're done. So Soothsayer has been installed, the containers have been stopped, and the final instruction is the script to start it. So if you want to start Soothsayer, you run start.sh, and this will start up the containers. It's quite quick, and if you have a license, it will be running the engines now. In this case, it's brand new. We do not have a license, and so there's a big red message there. You need to go back to support with your device ID and request a license. If you want to get your device ID, you log into the admin dashboard here. That's also where you will install the license. The other URLs here help you administer the system. Users will log in here at the UI. We've got the new face tracing UI here, and all the docs are there. The offline tiles are here, so that's the URL for your tile server. You can also use that in other systems, and that's pre-configured in the web UI as well.